Are you struggling? Does your life feel like chaos, like nothing's working the way it should? Well, here's the truth. It's your fault. Yep, you heard that right. Jordan Peterson isn't here to sugarcoat things. He looks you straight in the eye and says, everything that's wrong in your life is your responsibility. Harsh? Maybe. But empowering? Absolutely. Because if it's your fault, then you have the power to fix it. In this video, we're diving deep into that uncomfortable truth. We're talking about responsibility, discipline, meaning, chaos, and most importantly, the massive shift that happens when you stop blaming and start owning. If you're ready to face the truth, not run from it, stay with me till the end. And if you're into deep, honest, life-changing content to help you wake up, take control, and build something real from the inside out, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get into it. Part 1. Personal Responsibility, according to Jordan Peterson. Why everything starts with you. Let's be real. Personal responsibility sounds simple. But in Jordan Peterson's world, it's not just a moral value, it's the foundation of everything. Everything you want to fix, to build, to improve, it starts with you taking ownership. But what does taking responsibility actually mean? It's not just about doing what you're supposed to do. It's not just about avoiding blame. It's this: owning your role in everything that happens in your life, whether you caused it or not. Peterson's famous phrase is, take responsibility. And no, it's not meant to guilt you. It's a challenge, an invitation, a call to step up. Because as he says, if you take responsibility for your life, you will discover that you're strong beyond measure. Let that sink in. You're not a passive victim of your circumstances. You have more power than you think. But that power only shows up when you choose to stop blaming and start acting. Because the second you point fingers at others, at society, at the economy, at your past, you give away your power. It's like sitting in a dark room, refusing to turn on the light and waiting for someone else to do it. But here's the truth. The light comes the moment you decide to strike the match. And that match is your responsibility. Victim or actor, your choice changes everything. One of the most powerful ideas Peterson shares again and again is this: you can either be a victim in life, or you can be an actor, someone who chooses to face reality and take action. Here's the difference. The victim complains, blames others, finds excuses. The actor acknowledges reality, owns his weaknesses and his strengths, and takes responsibility to move forward. Here's a simple example. Let's say you lose your job. Victim mode? It's the economy. My boss sucks. This system is broken. Actor mode is, this sucks, but what can I do next? Can I learn something new? Update my resume? Reach out to new people? Same situation. Two completely different outcomes. Because when you choose to stay a victim, you stay stuck. But when you decide to act, you take back control. You stop waiting to be rescued, and you become your own rescue team. Real-life responsibility every area of your life. This isn't just about work or money. Responsibility touches every part of your life. In your relationships, if conflict follows you everywhere, Peterson would say, don't just blame the other person. Maybe you need to set clearer boundaries. Maybe your communication is broken. What can you own in that situation? In your health, are you tired, unmotivated, out of shape? Stop making excuses. Start moving. Start eating better. Start going to sleep on time. Not because it's easy, but because it's your responsibility. In your personal growth, can't afford that course? Don't have time to read? Start small. Learn from free content. Use what you do have. Responsibility doesn't mean you need everything. It means you start with something. A story Peterson often tells. In one of his lectures, Jordan Peterson talks about a man he worked with, completely depressed, overwhelmed, feeling hopeless. Nothing seemed to work in his life. So he asked him a simple but uncomfortable question. What's one small thing you can do today that would make your life just slightly better? The guy hesitated, but he answered. He started small, cleaning his room, going for short walks, texting a friend, and those tiny steps turned into bigger ones. His mindset changed, his actions followed, and slowly his life started to move in a better direction. That's the power of responsibility. It doesn't require a full transformation overnight. It just needs one small step, repeated over and over with consistency. And soon enough, you've built a new life. Key takeaway: taking responsibility is not a punishment. It's not about feeling guilty. It's about taking your life back. When you admit that everything in your life is partly your fault, you unlock the truth that everything is also partly in your hands. That's what Jordan Peterson is trying to teach us, that the path to freedom, strength, and purpose, it starts with you saying, "I'm responsible." If this message hit home, if it made you reflect or gave you even one idea you can use today, hit the like button. It helps push this kind of honest content to more people. And tell me in the comments, what's one area of your life you know you need to take more responsibility for starting today? Let's be real about it. Let's own it. That's where change starts. And hey, if this kind of deep, no BS content speaks to you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. There's so much more to explore, and I want you on the journey with us. And finally, share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Someone who's stuck. Someone who's blaming everything but hasn't yet looked inward. It might be uncomfortable, but it could change everything. Part 2. Order and chaos. The two forces that shape your life and how you stand between them. Jordan Peterson often says, life is not just about staying safe, it's about learning how to walk the line between order and chaos. Let's break that down, because once you understand this idea, your whole approach to life, to growth, to risk, to struggle starts to shift. Order, the safe zone. Order is what's familiar. It's structure, routine, habits, predictability. It's knowing what to expect and feeling like you're in control. Think of your morning routine, a clean workspace, a well-organized week. This is the world of rules, discipline, and stability. And that's good. You need order. You need some part of your life to feel solid, dependable. But here's the danger. Too much order makes you rigid. You stop growing. You stop learning. You get stuck in comfort and confuse it with happiness. Chaos, the unknown zone. Chaos is uncertainty. It's the new job, the tough conversation, the business idea that might fail. It's stepping into the unknown, where nothing is guaranteed. And yeah, it's scary. It's uncomfortable. It can feel like you're drowning in doubt. But it's also where growth lives. No chaos, no transformation. No mistakes, no learning. No discomfort, no progress. So, here's the truth. If you avoid chaos at all costs, you avoid the very things that make you better. Your role, learning to navigate between the two. According to Peterson, your job isn't to run from chaos or cling to order. Your real responsibility is to walk the fine line between both. To build enough order to keep your life grounded, but embrace enough chaos to keep evolving. That's the path of growth. It means creating routines, but not becoming a slave to them. Facing what scares you instead of hiding behind comfort. planning your day, but staying flexible when life throws curveballs. It's in that tension between what you control and what you don't that real strength is built. Real-life examples. Let's make this practical. Example 1. Order versus the unexpected. You plan your day. You've got your to-do list. Then boom, a client cancels, a family emergency, your laptop dies. Chaos hits. You have two options. Get overwhelmed and spiral. Pause, breathe, adapt, pivot. Responsibility means choosing option 2 and learning from it. Example 2. Learning something new. You want to learn a new skill. Great. But it's hard. You suck at it. You feel like quitting. That's chaos. But push through and you come out the other side with confidence and new capabilities. That's growth. Peterson's take, quote, "Order is not enough. You can't just be stable and secure and unchanging because there are still vital and important new things to be learned." In other words, stability is useful, but not at the cost of your evolution. Growth means moving forward, not just standing still. Take a second. Look at your life right now. Seriously. Where have you built too much comfort, too much control? Where are you drowning in chaos and uncertainty? What's one small thing you can do today to rebalance? Maybe it's starting a simple routine like waking up earlier. Maybe it's stepping into a challenge like having that difficult conversation. Or finally launching that idea you've been sitting on. Drop it in the comments. Where do you need to bring more order or more chaos into your life right now? Let's get honest. Let's get real. Subscribe if you're serious about your growth journey, because this is just the beginning. We're diving deep every week. And finally, send this to someone who feels stuck, someone who might be paralyzed in chaos or trapped in the safety of routine. This might be the reminder they need to move. Part 3. Carry your cross. Pain, meaning, and the power of taking responsibility. Life is suffering. There's no more basic, irrefutable truth. Jordan Peterson. Let's be honest. We can't talk about personal responsibility without talking about pain. Life is hard. That's not negativity. It's just reality. You're going to experience loss, failure, heartbreak, injustice. You can deny it, numb it, distract yourself, but you can't escape it. And that's exactly where Jordan Peterson's message hits home. Pain isn't a glitch, it's the starting point. But don't get it twisted. Peterson isn't being pessimistic. He's not saying, life is suffering, so you're doomed. He's saying, yes, suffering is inevitable. But what you do with it, that's your power. That's where transformation begins. Real responsibility, carrying your cross. Peterson often uses a bold metaphor. Carry your cross. It doesn't mean playing the victim. It doesn't mean chasing pain for its own sake. It means acknowledge your reality. Face the suffering you can't avoid and move forward anyway. With strength, not excuses. It's the opposite of complaining. It's the opposite of hiding. It's saying, yes, this is hard, and I'm still showing up. And paradoxically, that's where your power begins. The purpose of life is to find the heaviest burden you can bear and bear it. Jordan Peterson. That burden? It could be healing from the past. It could be owning your mistakes. It could be becoming the kind of person others can depend on. But here's the truth. You don't grow by avoiding your cross. You grow by carrying it. A real-life shift from victim to leader. Picture someone who's been stuck for years. Bad upbringing, toxic relationships, no opportunities, every reason to point fingers and stay small. But one day, they flip the script. They say, maybe it's not my fault, but it's still my responsibility. And that shift changes everything. They stop waiting for life to fix itself. They take ownership of their health, their mindset, their actions. They rebuild one hard, honest step at a time. Not because it's easy, because it's worth it. A quick exercise. Start small. Let's make this real for you. Think of one area of your life that feels heavy, messy, or painful. Maybe it's your relationships, your career, your health. Ask yourself, what part of this could I take ownership of starting today? Not to shame yourself, to reclaim your power. And then, what's one small action I can take in the next 24 hours? Don't try to fix everything, just move. Drop your answer in the comments. Sometimes writing it down is the first act of courage. Comment below, what's the cross you're choosing to carry, and what's one step you're committed to this week? And if someone you know is stuck in pain or blaming the world, share this video with them. You never know, this might be the exact spark they've been waiting for. And lastly, if you want more of this, real talk, deep ideas, practical transformation, subscribe now. You're not here to stay the same. You're here to level up, and I've got your back. Part 4. Act anyway. Discipline, truth, and rebuilding yourself. You've understood that responsibility isn't just a concept. It's not some inspiring idea to ponder from your couch. It's action, practice, effort, a choice you make every single day. And this is where many get stuck. They get that life is hard. They accept that not everything depends on them, but how they respond does. Yet they wait for the right moment, the right energy, or the right motivation. And Jordan Peterson would say, if you wait until you're ready, you might never start. Just begin. Clean your room. Discipline starts with the smallest step. The tiniest step, like making your bed in the morning, tidying your room. It's no small thing. It's symbolic, even sacred for Peterson. Because by organizing your outer world, you reorganize your inner world. Taking control of your surroundings shows you that you're not powerless. You can create order where there was chaos. And that's exactly when you take back control. Truth. Stop lying to yourself. Another fundamental key for Peterson is truth. Not just telling the truth to others, but above all, stop lying to yourself. How many times do you know you should change something, but pretend everything's fine? You tell yourself you'll deal with it later. That's not that bad. You're not ready. But those little daily lies pull you further away from yourself. And the more you drift away, the more you live in a fog. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Jordan B. Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. Every time you choose truth, even when it's uncomfortable, you strengthen your inner structure. You become more stable, stronger, more aligned. Concrete examples of discipline and honesty. You don't need to revolutionize your life overnight. You just have to start with simple, consistent, repeated actions. Here are some examples you can try today. Wake up at the same time, even without an outside obligation. Keep a promise you made to yourself. Say no to distractions, pulling you away from your real priorities. Write down what you're avoiding and decide to face one thing this week. Clean your desk, workspace, or phone. These aren't small details. They're signs of commitment to yourself. A quick introspective exercise. Here's a question to ask yourself right now. What small act of discipline have I been avoiding for too long? Then ask yourself, what am I losing by avoiding it? And what could I build if I started today? If you want to go deeper, share your answer in the comments. Writing it down makes it real, more binding. If this part inspired you to take back control, even with just one small step, like this video now. It helps me keep creating deep, structured, practical content for you. And more importantly, tell me in the comments, what's one concrete commitment you're making to yourself today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. And if you want weekly masterclasses that don't just flatter you, but truly wake you up, subscribe now, hit the bell, and start building a life rooted in action and truth. And if you know someone who needs a gentle but powerful wake-up call, share this video with them. It might be the spark they've been waiting for. Conclusion. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. We've explored some powerful ideas together, truths that aren't always easy to hear, but if you accept them, they can truly change your life. You've realized that yes, life can be tough, sometimes unfair. The world can be harsh. But you've also seen that the power to change your reality starts the moment you stop seeing yourself as a victim. You might not be responsible for what happened to you, but you are responsible for what you choose to do from now on. And that's the real good news. Quick recap. Life becomes richer, steadier, and more powerful when you choose to take responsibility for your existence. Not to blame yourself, but to take back the reins. Discipline, honesty, and personal rebuilding all start with small, conscious choices made every day. And even when it's uncomfortable, that's where true freedom lies. Quote, "You're not everything you could be, and you know it, but there's hope in that." End quote. Jordan Peterson. Now ask yourself this. Which part of your life have you been neglecting too long with excuses? Is it your health, your relationships, your personal growth, or the potential you know you haven't fully tapped into? Drop a word, a sentence, a decision in the comments, because naming things is the first step to transforming them. And if this video brought you some clarity, motivation, or just a useful reminder, hit the like button now. It's a small gesture for you, but a huge support for me, and helps spread these ideas to those who need them. Subscribe to the channel if you want weekly deep masterclasses. Not entertainment, not quick fixes, but powerful, grounded ideas to build a solid, aligned, and free life. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. And share this video with someone you think needs a reminder. It might not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. Thanks for sticking till the end. You're among the few who don't just listen, but want to understand and, most importantly, take action. I wish you the courage to fully embrace your potential and to remind yourself every day that you are the only true creator of your own life. See you soon in the next masterclass here on Deep Life Lessons. And don't forget, the power is already in your hands.